FC Barcelona's summer transfer window unfurls like a blank canvas under the blazing Mediterranean sun. The roar of Camp Nou's crowd still echoes in the corridors of the club's offices, driving every decision with a fervent reminder. Any new arrival must arrive on Barcelona's terms, not dictated by circumstance, but by the club's own blueprint for success. Yet as ink dries on scouting reports, another, more invisible ledger is ever present, the intricate accounting of financial fair play. Will the Blaugrana paint within these strict lines, or will budgetary red tape force them to reimagine their masterpiece? To sign freely, we must first sign sensibly, whispers the wind through the industrial district of Les Corts, where fleeting deals are born and die in a heartbeat. Can Barcelona find the perfect stroke without smudging their financial integrity? The phrase, financial fair play, carries the weight of 1,000 unspoken worries. It's as if the club's coffers are guarded by a stern librarian who demands silence and order above all else. Any misstep, an oversized salary here, an inflated agent's fee there, could prompt a stern shush from UEFA's rulebook. And yet, desire for reinforcement surges louder. Fresh legs to patrol the pitch, creative sparks to ignite the attack, and versatile options to rotate under Xavi's watchful eye. But where, in a market bloated with savvy negotiating clubs, can Barcelona unearth such a gem without disturbing the delicate balance sheet? The challenge is akin to finding a perfectly ripe peach in a grove of bruised fruit. Possible, but only if you know exactly where to look. Amid this pressing puzzle, one name emerged from the shadows: Marcus Rashford. At 27, the English winger stands at the crossroads of his career. A player whose blistering pace and precise finishes once mesmerised Old Trafford's faithful. Rumours swirl that Manchester United, mindful of wage bills and eager to reshape their own squad, might be willing to let Rashford seek greener pastures. To Barcelona, that willingness glimmers like a half-open door, and they are poised to push it wide. After all, snatching a top-class talent from a domestic rival's grasp without paying premium fees could be the transfer equivalent of a heist under floodlights. Could Rashford be the missing brushstroke in Barcelona's grand composition? But just as the Blaugrana scouts sharpen their pencils, a storm of conflicting reports brews. Initial whispers claimed that Rashford's camp was set to meet Man United's hierarchy any day now, hammering out the final outlines of a departure deal. Headlines blared that the London-born star would soon sit across the table from his old club's directors, discussing salary structures and add-ons as casually as one might order a coffee. Yet silence fell when Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona's watchtower of transfer news, issued a firm denial. According to their sources, no meeting has been scheduled, not yet at least. Rashford's representatives, they insist, are not boarding any flights to Manchester in the immediate future. Is this a tactical ploy or genuine postponement? Only time will tell. And the suspense hangs in the air like storm clouds before a downpour. Amid the back and forth, clarity remains elusive. On one side, Rashford's reputed ambition to don the Blaugrana colours burns bright. His explosive runs and trademark finish could ignite Barcelona's counterattacks. On the other, the club's board is cautious, its members poring over financial spreadsheets with the dedication of master artisans inspecting fine marble. All the while, whispers of Luis Diaz's availability slip through the grapevine. The Liverpool winger, famed for his instinctive dribbling and tireless work rate, also tempts Barcelona's decision-makers. And then there's the rising star Antonio Nusa, a 19-year-old Norwegian whose dazzling flair has scouts' eyebrows shooting skyward. Why settle for one masterpiece when you could commission two? Yet reality bites hard. Can Barcelona afford to commission both artists this summer? Indeed, the prospect of signing both Rashford and Diaz, or even adding Nusa to the mix, reads like a painter's dream of a Renaissance composition, teeming with layers and depth. But dreams, especially in the transfer market, often require a hefty price tag and a leap of faith. Reports suggest that an agreement to secure two high-caliber wingers might strain even Barcelona's robust commercial machine. Season ticket renewals and sponsorship deals can only stretch so far when amortization tables loom large. And while some insiders maintain that such a dual coup isn't entirely impossible, the internal debate at the Camp Nou boardroom table remains fierce. voices rise, strategic models clash, and each argument carries the weight of millions of euros. Will the club choose the proven veteran or gamble on youthful exuberance? As summer days slip through the calendar like grains of sand, Barcelona's hierarchy confronts a decisive crossroads. Do they trust in the headline-grabbing potential of Rashford, counting on his Premier League pedigree to elevate their attack, or pivot to the dynamic Diaz, whose tireless tenacity could energise Xavi's tactical plans? Perhaps they'll roll the dice on Nusa, banking on raw talent that promises long-term dividends. The options, while tantalising, also expose the club to split focus and financial overreach. Internal consensus seems as distant as a long-range curler into the top corner, a feat wonderful to behold but exceedingly difficult to execute. With club accounts ticking down and rival teams circling, every moment spent in debate edges them closer to a missed opportunity. Behind the scenes, the hum of negotiation is punctuated by the relentless ticking of the transfer clock. Days before the window slams shut, Barcelona must fashion their final verdict, one that respects their financial obligations and satisfies the demands of sport's most unforgiving fans. The decision will ripple across every part of the club, from the dressing room's locker assignments to the training ground's drill sheets, and ultimately to the echoing chants of Visca Barça that reverberate through the terraces. Will they seize control and act boldly, or will caution guide them to a more restrained path? In this electrifying summer saga, one truth remains. FC Barcelona will act only when they are ready, determined that every signing aligns with their vision for glory and fiscal responsibility. As the transfer window's final pages turn, the world watches, anticipation crackling like electricity before a thunderstorm. And when the dust finally settles, fans will discover whether this chapter is remembered as a masterstroke of planning or a misstroke on the canvas of European football. Stay tuned, because in football, the greatest dramas always unfold when the curtain is about to fall.